Oh man, let's see if everything's working right. Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear us?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hello.
Welcome.
No one said anything. I don't know if that's good or
No.
bad.
Speak.
Yeah, usually Kit's good about it.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
Well.
just sit there live. Doesn't answer the question. Cool.
All right. Perfect. Welcome to Red or
Sweet.
Dead.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I am
Have-
Sir Damon.
I'm Blade Master Fox.
I'm Sir Blade Master Arden.
Oh yeah.
Is bacon.
And we have bacon. That way. So we'll reverse things, right?
You guys want to hear a funny bit of information before we start?
No. Oh no.
Did you know if you say beer can in an English accent, it'll sound like a Jamaican person saying bacon?
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
Fun
it something
fact.
like the Southern drawl is just British, really slow or something?
Probably. Yeah, if you say beer can, you say bacon. Sounds like bacon.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that one. That's a good one.
See? It's good.
The more you know.
But yeah.
Today's
Kit,
show sponsored by Coke Zero.
Is
Ooh.
it? Or is it Gatorade Zero?
Oh,
Yeah.
dual sponsorship. Dual sponsorship today.
We're just sponsored by alcohol.
Ah,
Hey.
even better, honestly.
Need to get my whiskey.
Yo, whiskey.
Bitch, put me some rum and Coke Zero so that we stay healthy.
Yeah.
Gotta stay healthy.
Coke Zero and alcohol sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, Coke Zero by itself is disgusting, but
That's
I
true.
drink it. Just power through it.
So in college, I used to just like I get like a can of Coke and I would just like drink a couple sips and then pour the rum into the can of Coke until it filled it back up and then drink it that way.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, less mess. You got one less dish to do. You're gonna recycle that can anyways.
Yeah,
It's true.
that is 100% true.
Smart.
Sounds like something I would do. Fill it up, and then when you drink it all, fill it all up with rum.
Yeah.
Call it a day. Get my
Back
stuff
to your
pulled up.
trial.
Mm-hmm.
Pirate trial.
Bro, were you
Oh,
drunk
jeez.
at your trial?
So I used to be in a pirate unit, and we were looking for the biggest bottle we could find, and someone had a bottle of Kraken, so we kept filling that back up with water, and people just thought I was drinking clear or like white rum while I was trying to get water, and I just played with it the whole time. I was just, I was like, yeah, man, gotta get hyped for my trial.
Done that for your final trial.
Oh, I should have done it again.
That's a pre-workout.
Yeah. I had to fight 100 red fighters using just a min red, and they can use whatever red they wanted. And I had until sundown to beat them.
Nice.
Did you win?
They gave me an extra 15 minutes because my final opponent was Braun.
That's fair.
So I won though.
That's fair.
I think I was fighting for a year and a half at the time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, 15 minutes for Braun at a year and a half is sufficient.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what's on the docket for tonight, ladies and gents? Ugh. Let me grab my stuff here.
Just depends on how many bacon memes Bacon wants.
All of
Can't
them.
hear anything.
Oh, okay. I got this thick slab of bacon right here ready to
Excuse
get
me?
cooked up. Alrighty, so can everyone hear Bacon okay? We're sharing a mic. Just want to make sure.
Can you hear me? I can't hear anybody.
Aw,
Wow,
I'll
toxic.
figure it out.
toxic. Yeah.
Toxic.
Cringe. Do you want this?
You guys are gonna be like cone heads by the end of it, where you stick your heads together.
Just like-
Okay.
I'm in bacon spin.
I keep looking at you.
Yeah. So
That's great.
those of you who don't know, Bacon is my wife. That's why
Yeah.
this is
You
fine.
can't call me puke ass anymore. I'm not pearl butt.
Yeah.
I'm flex.
Did you just say puke ass?
Yeah.
What? Puke ass.
Yeah.
That's what they used to call me.
That's amazing. Puke ass. They just call me fucking idiot wherever I'm from. So
That's fair. Got it,
very,
Gaffney.
very fair, very fucking fair.
Mm-hmm.
How I ever got out of there, I'll never know. Yeah,
Job opportunities and
facts.
facts. Yeah.
Fucking
Alrighty.
Gatorland.
So we want to get down to bacon business.
Bacon business.
Bacon business.
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Take some bacon and put it in.
All right. So Bacon. So you're an apprentice, right? You want to tell us about how your apprenticeship is going?
It's been going. So I've been under Ragefire for about a year, and I've learned a lot. I can hit harder, right? I got that angry lefty inside of me.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's been going.
It's great that you guys are both lefties. Because like I don't know, I feel like lefty red is like, for whatever reason, it all exists in Florida. So it's kind of cool to have, somebody that's under a lefty that's also a lefty.
Unfortunately, I'm a dirty lefty.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, all lefties are dirty, to be fair.
Yeah, no, she's extra dirty.
Yeah, I'm right-handed.
Oh, you're right-handed and you switch left-handed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot more lefties out there these days than there used to be.
I mean, yeah, I feel that too. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, for a little while I was trying to like learn lefty red too, just to kind of like know it, but I lost interest in it because that's a lot of effort.
It's a lot
So,
of effort.
Yeah.
I'll stick
I
with single
actually-
sword.
I actually started going lefty because of this one. Back in college, he decided to show me how to fight with power.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he threw this stanky spin.
Are you
with
just hitting him with the spin shot to teach him?
Yeah.
Rude.
the
It was really-
probably should have
Cored out.
He was fucking showing out, is what it was.
Yeah.
He caught my left thumb, and so I mean, it was broken, but I got it checked out and I had a cast on it, but I would still fight with a shield on it and a Minred in my right hand. So I would just go around and fight one-handed Minred, and that's how I got those big wild like Molinet shots into my repertoire, was from
Nice.
that. But then it's like, well, I can't go back to right top. It's only left top now. That's the only way to do it.
That was the source of your sin.
Yeah.
You did this.
I've done a lot of things, and that's probably my best thing I've done.
You did this.
Pay for your crimes.
It's
But,
it's different fighting against a lefty as a righty. I can tell you that. It's a whole
Yup.
different ball game. So
Well, I guess for me, it's just like Bacon's obviously my main sparring partner, but it's just like I also have Datsun and Ragefire local to me, so it's just like me fighting against a right-handed person is somewhat rare because it's really just like Lester and Rook that I really have to fight righty.
yeah, I mean,
And PJ too, yeah, but he's like in his own classification of weird fighting.
He's a sword lord.
He is a sword lord, yeah.
The Sword Lord.
that's why he gets the classification.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I did not know that you were right-handed, Bacon. I thought that you were just a dirty lefty, but you're a double fucking dirty.
I'm an
lefty.
even dirtier lefty.
Double
The
agent.
the dirtiest lefty.
Double agent.
Sleeper agent.
Sleeper agent, yeah. But to go on with our question, how does burning duo mean to you? Like, how does that?
Yeah. That's a tough question.
It's not just all smash, smash, red till dead, but
Are you
Up
sure?
to me to give away my secrets.
sure,
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yes.
That,
This is to give all the secrets away.
yeah. I will say it's going to be very full of awkwardness if I ask all the questions. But one of the things that I want to talk about is actually how you became an apprentice.
So, I tried to make it a point to spar with Rage pretty frequently, at least in the past year. Well, so I've been an apprentice for a year, so at the beginning of 2022, I tried to make it a point to do that, and there was a day battle that I went to, and I sparred with him, and I had done the best I ever had, and I felt really good, and I felt really good on the field. And I was over talking with Fox, and Rage actually pulled Fox away, and was like,
He came up to me and
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, like, I know you're almost done with your apprenticeship. Are you gonna take Bacon as an apprentice?" And I was like, "Well," at the time when she's my girlfriend, I was like, "Well, she's my girlfriend. I feel like that'd be kind of weird." And he just kind of like says, "Okay." Immediately turns around, walks directly to her,
and asked if I would want to be his apprentice.
Damn.
Very like, turn on a dime.
Yeah, just like completely 180. Like, okay, bye. I was like, okay, bye. Bye, Rage Fire.
the man got his answer. He was like, "All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
Fuck
Cool.
you. I'm taking ownership here." That's awesome. I mean,
That's awesome.
I'll ask some questions for sure. I'll take the fun part off.
Take
your
the
hands,
helm.
Yeah, usually it's my fault doing all that.
No. What do you think as far as like apprenticeship? So you said you've been an apprentice for what, a year now?
Yeah.
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 What do you think is the biggest hurdle that you've had to overcome as an apprentice? Like it could be like fighting maybe a certain type of thing or learning a certain type of like footwork or something. What's like the biggest thing that you've had to overcome that maybe, took a while to do it?
Oh gosh. Well, footwork is always like, I've always stumbled over my feet. That's always something that I'm constantly working on. And even now, of course, still working on it.
Footwork
you
is the
know.
constant grind.
Yeah, it is.
But gosh, probably the biggest thing that, I could absolutely do is honestly, I want to say humble myself and be willing to fail and absolutely, listen to those around me who are helpful, but being willing to try new things and being okay with failing and learning from that and learning what you could do better is probably the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think in like foam fighting, one of the best things that any fighter can really do is honestly to stay humble and never view yourself at like being at your pinnacle, and always just kind of understand it's like, hey, when you're sparring, it's obviously like you want to win and stuff like that, but it's like at the end of the day you're trying to get better, and you can always learn new stuff even from people that you maybe are just in a completely different like class than they are. You can still learn a lot of new things, maybe like a certain way that they step or a certain way that they throw the shot. So that like attitude of like I can always learn even in any situation is a good one to have for sure. I try to remember to do the same kind of shit whenever I'm sparring and fighting. It's like, hey, let's always be on the grind, and that's the best way to do it, is just be like, I suck, even though you don't suck. You just go, I suck, I want to get better, and you treat everybody like there's something to learn from. And I think it propels you into that different category of fighter.
That's deep.
Oh, for sure, deep, right?
Deep.
That's
I was
deep.
practicing that.
Were you?
Yeah, no.
We had the speech written out already. We already talked about this, of course. He's got these little note cards.
I got a cat.
Notes.
Yeah. Every opponent is either a nail to be hammered in, a walking pill, or a lesson to be had.
That's deep.
That is deep.
Good at hammering.
Y'all are
nail.
really
Yeah,
deep.
really good at the hammer the nail.
What do you think, like, as far as like fighting goes? Like, what is something that I would say? Let's see the best way to word this. So when you're fighting, let's say like footwork and some stuff like that, when you're working on something new, do you mainly do like sparring with Fox, or do you ever do any kind of like Pell work, or is it a little combination of both? Like, what is your main source of, I guess, like practicing? Is it purely like sparring?
Yeah, it's probably purely sparring. And even then, I don't even spar him that much anymore. Fox, that is. Honestly, it's St. Pete practice. I mean, you have some of the toppest tier fighters there, so
Sure.
getting to try things on them, as well as you do have your newer people who you get to have fun and try new things with. There's that too, and sometimes I try to take advantage of that, but really during practices, bars, normal red pits, I'll try new things. Or um, before before February, I was really trying to set intentions for each practice and pick something to focus on. Whether it was, okay, I'm gonna spend this whole practice, whether it's on the field or even in the spars, I'm gonna try not to cross my feet, or I'm gonna try to bait them in this way to get them to react the way that I want, and then capitalize on it. Or I'd pick something that's tangible that I could work on, that I could reflect on afterwards. And I really started doing that back in December or January, and that, just having something to a small tangible goal to work on, was always very good for me.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the way that I do things too, like sparring. Probably everybody here, they kind of try to. I think it's best to pick one thing when you're sparring and you're trying to like work on stuff, is to pick a thing and just drill it. Like if it's footwork, do your footwork. And like one of the things like that I'll do personally, like if I'm working on a certain type of feint, I will throw that feint over and over and over and over until my body kind of like gets used to throwing it. And I think that's the best way to like not overwhelm yourself by trying to like master multiple things. I think the best way is just to take one thing. If it's footwork, hey, I'm gonna not cross my feet, and that be your sole focus. And then once you feel comfortable with that, then you move on to the next step. So definitely very similar in that way. I'm pretty sure most people do that, but maybe some people don't. But I don't want to be overwhelmed. Is like, if you start trying to do like 10 different types of shots and then work on your feet, then you just end up looking like a big dummy when you're trying to master it. But if you pick one thing, it'll eventually fall into place.
Yeah, it's good to use the Pell too. Practice on the Pell for a long time and then take it out to a practice. Try to get that muscle memory down before you bonk people in the head.
Yeah, that's why I bought that bob. Just filled that bastard up with water tonight. So tomorrow I'm gonna start playing around with it. Might do some videos on that too. But yeah, I mean like pelling, and even if you're working on like doing the pell or doing your footwork, I mean you can practice all that stuff. But I feel like a lot of people get so caught up in their fighting of trying to throw a bunch of stuff or trying to do too much at once that they just literally they'll try a new thing and they'll forget the old thing because they just never really truly drilled it into their muscle memory. But taking it one step at a time and just taking like a whole practice. Like if you're going to go, oh, I want to know single sword, just doing single sword without a shield for a whole practice. I mean, obviously we don't do that here because this is Red or Dead, not Sword or Dead. But if you were going to do that, like doing that for a whole practice is a good way to like master those type of movements, as opposed to spending 5 minutes doing it and then switching back to your main. You're never really going to get that drilled into your muscle memory from such a short amount of time. So yeah.
Another very important thing about anyone who is in the Burning Geo family is that if you're their sparring partner, make sure you get the bigger, stronger gloves. So I've gone through 2 pairs of the bigger, stronger gloves for Pell practice.
Right, he's the Burning Duo Pell.
Oh, thanks.
Is that how that goes?
Yeah. Oh. I'm the designated righty. Is that what it is?
If you do enough steroids, you won't feel anything.
Oh.
These, so
sure,
you're kryptonite in this weird way.
Fair.
But no, you only wear those big gloves when you fight one of the 3 of us.
Yeah. Sometimes Lester too. But
that's awesome.
He doesn't swing hard, he swings fast.
Oh yeah, he swings fast. You're right. He swings fast.
Sounds like Ramon.
Every lefty's excuse.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not swinging fast. Oh yeah, okay.
No. We can all agree that Datsun swings hard. How about that?
For sure, 100%.
100%.
I found out the hard way that my gloves was missing a piece of foam in it from that man. Like, right across my fucking knuckles. They stay red to this
Yep.
day. I mean, it's my fault more than his, but like the foam that was in the top of the knuckles of the glove had just like, I guess, like been knocked out, and like he went to swing and I went to block it, and it was just like no foam. I was like, that is all my knuckles and not any foam. It was just the whole thing was gone. So lesson learned.
So Gork, you're 100% right. My traps and ribs also cannot distinguish between hard or fast.
Facts.
Facts.
That is facts.
Or my kidneys. That's a bad one too.
It's mainly my hands that I feel like hands and elbows is where I really like usually get it the worst, but it's probably just me doing dumb blocks that I shouldn't block it with my direct fist. But it hurts. I was trying to read the chat for a second. That's so good that my traps and ribs cannot distinguish between hard or fast. I'm taking that forever. That will be my new saying, Gorg. Thank you. So you've got like, I mean, like most of these apprentices. How long did it take you to finish up, Fox? Was it how many years? Was it 5, 4?
2017.
You also had
So
COVID and stuff too.
6 years.
Yeah, that's true. What is something that soon to be Blade Master Bacon hopes to like accomplish and master that she hasn't right now, but wants that is a goal to have mastered? Is it win a red tournament? Is it
I mean, I would absolutely love. I mean, anyone on here would love to win a red tournament, but I mean, it would be really cool to win one. I've gotten almost there, but not,
You've been to semis a bunch of times.
Yes.
That's how winning the red
quarters.
tournaments work, by the way. You will lose a bunch of them in the finals, and then eventually you'll just be like, "Oh shit, I won it! Great!" And then
Yeah.
Like this guy.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's exactly that's how it works.
With Burning Jewel, it's always just back shield and lefty, and while I'm comfortable putting down the buckler, I do want to make it work with lefty, and I kind of want to flush out that lefty buckler style a little bit more, and definitely make it work and make it my own a little bit with that.
Yeah, so like develop your own, like a little bit of your own version of the style.
Yeah, but still Burning Jewel flavor for
Yeah.
sure.
That's what it's all about.
Can't forget the lefty anger.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's burning.
Yeah.
It's not lukewarm, Julio.
Flaming Duo.
Yeah.
Well,
Flaming hot Jewel.
Flaming Hot Duo.
Oh, that's perfect.
I just gotta have a picture of the two of them with the little Flaming Hot symbol next to it.
Just need to Photoshop Cheetos in our hands.
That's the new cover. Gorg, we need Flamin' Hot Cheetos textured
Covers, yeah.
It's actually kind of brilliant if you think about it, especially
Yeah.
everybody using Omnis nowadays. I think they had somebody had a twisted tea bat, and it's like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
we need the Cheetos to go with it, because I mean, you gotta have something to drink with the Cheetos. So.
Yeah. Oh man. No, I just imagine like people be like flavor blasted. That's Doritos. Well, you got your Wankle, you got your Dorito shield.
Dorito shield with my Cheeto sword.
Yeah. Now you're just cheesing them.
Oh my gosh, I hate it here.
Cut the stream.
Yeah, we're done today. All right, guys.
So I guess like building on that. So we've kind of talked about like what's some stuff that you're looking forward to, and like things that you're working on. What is like something that is just like giving you trouble? Like what is like, is it when I think of like trouble, I mean like a weapon set. Like is there anything in particular, like when you see it on the field, you're not confident about it? Because I definitely had those stages like throughout like foam fighting in many different ways of just like, oh, I don't know how to deal with spears with a red, or I don't know how to deal with somebody that's got a outranges me. Is there anything that like currently that like Bacon is working on to not just improve, but like is there something that you're just weak against that you know that you're weak against and you're scared of it?
Looking at the chat, Kit, that was my first thought was
Oh my
my
god.
knees. But no, in all seriousness, sword and boards give me the most trouble. They always have, and I kind of want to say that they always will until they don't, I guess. But gosh,
I'll tell you what
It's
they're
so
gonna do. They're gonna look you in the eyes and they're gonna run at you and swing. That's it.
they're
There
gonna
you go.
run at me and
They're
swing.
gonna
And
run at
they're
you and
gonna run
swing.
over and destroy my knees.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Just
shield
fuck-
bash your friends, boys.
Yeah.
You body check the shit out of them. You let them know who's boss, and then you look at them when they're on the ground and you go, "Get up! I'm not done with you." And
That's
then you
right.
let 'em go. Or
You-
the
you-
classic, "You're not big enough to do that," and then you let them get up.
No, you keep hitting them.
Yeah.
I've
No.
always liked if you get in somebody's head, like that's the most fun thing with like red to me is just like being able to get in somebody's head. Like somebody rushes you and you just bash them. Don't kill them. Just let them get up and then just say something to them. And then the next time they won't bash you because they'll be like, "Oh, that didn't work." And now you're just like, "Cool, you've already lost the fight because
Mhm.
I'm in your head."
No, you just
Yeah.
gotta hit them a bunch of times with the shield when they're down, and when they try to put the shield away, like, I didn't call red.
Yep. That's a good one.
To hammer and nail certain people in like Four Horsemen. Like that's probably where it comes from. Is like you gotta block this, and there's nothing else that you could do. And yeah, it's just. But I don't know. There's something about Sword and Borders that I hate it. I hate it so much.
I think that I think that a good sword and border is probably gonna be your hardest 1v1 fight, in my humble opinion. That
Oh yeah.
is that is gonna be your toughest fight. Like a top tier like sword and border, there's only so many shots that you have with a red, and a lot of their stuff, if they just keep realistically, if a good sword and border keeps a solid guard, you can't really throw a wrap on them because reds just don't really work that way unless it's one-handed in most cases. So it's like there's only a limited number of shots. Obviously, you can definitely do stuff to kill them, but I think that's still your hardest fight. But that makes sense as why that would be the thing that you struggle with the most. I think all of us still to this day probably struggle with boards in some degree, just because it's just tough to beat.
Yeah.
I know every time I fight Picnic, I'm like, dude, I need you to just calm the fuck down. I don't want to hit you in the legs, but I have to hit you in the legs because if I don't, you're just gonna run and throw and kill me, and I'm gonna die. But for sure.
Yeah, I was telling Eerily that the other week. Where you watch the sword and border, if they seem like they're light on their feet, just like them. Just like them.
Yeah. Well, I like.
Oh, we
I
lost
really.
both of them.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I'm still here on voice, if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah, I try. I guess the main sword border that I fight is Farron, and he doesn't fight reds. He kills reds. So I try to go for his legs, but he doesn't. It just doesn't work.
Like
You were blurred out.
I think that like one of the things that like I personally like as a red main is just I guess like the best way to describe it is I don't like having to hit people in the legs because it feels a little like oh I'm not good enough to hit him in the body or open up something, so therefore I have to hit him in the legs. After a while, I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Like, there's only a limited number of shots. I was like, and technically, the border is probably going to do the same thing that every other border does, and that's run into you and swing. So I'm like, I need to use every shot available to be able to open that up. And one of the things that I try to like tell people is like generating threat is just like swing at their legs, hit them in the legs, just so that they understand that like that is a possibility. Because for a while, I would just never swing at people's legs unless I absolutely had to. And if you think about it, if they just never have to worry about blocking their legs, they can keep their shield up top where they never have to worry about moving it, and it makes it that much harder for me to hit them. So I started like going, cool, I'm gonna hit you in the legs if you're bored, and I'll use that to go generate threat. They go, cool, my legs are a problem. He can hit them, and then sometimes they'll go to block it when I fake them, and then I can hit them in the shoulder. Still never gets easy, but
no.
It's kind of the opposite in Amp Card, where if you do an open weapon tournament with a red sword, you can't break their shield. So a lot of them just realize that, oh, I can just walk forward and not die.
Yep.
So
Wrong.
you have to wrong. You have to so severely threaten the legs to make them force their shield down. And that's always really satisfying. But also, like, as a lefty, you can't grave dig people.
Yeah, I think you do that all the time, and it's just like, man, I wish I had an easy button. Smash hands.
You just smash hands. Yep.
Or hips.
But your power is on their sword hip, right? So it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It's kind of help, but
Go
you could
that
reverse
far.
Gravedigger. You could do the weird one. I try to do it on lefty sometimes, but it just feels so fucking awkward.
Oh.
Oh,
Because you have to like, I'll go like out and then back and turn it this way, and it just feels so weird. Usually when Ramon's like running into me or something, I'm like, all right, I don't really know what else to do, so I'm gonna do this. It's gonna look really, really scuffed.
Super scuffed.
Oh, just feels. It probably looks as awkward as it feels, but it's one of the very few options I have because I can't really spin on a lefty, but that's a board. Because what am I gonna spin into? Their shield.
Yeah, throw a
So-
reverse spin.
That's a lot of foot.
Yeah, it's a lot of foot.
That's a lot of foot.
It's a lot of thought too.
That's a lot of foot. Cool.
All right, so I got some questions. Me and Shay have talked about it, and one of the reasons we also wanted to bring you on here, aside from your awesome fighting, which I do watch all your videos and learn, but there's some issues you face that guys don't typically face. So, as a woman fighter, what are some of the issues that you face?
I have a whole laundry list of them. I mean, probably the most big one that frustrates me is being underestimated. Between that and then also people not taking my shots. It's when I first started, it was bad. And I don't know if it was just the area I was in or what, but I got sloughed a lot.
It's everywhere. I couldn't tell you. It's 100% everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. It was bad. It honestly probably almost made me quit at one point. But then, I dug deep and I tried to focus on my body mechanics because in reality, regardless of your body type, there's a way to do it. There's a way to overcome. And I just pretty much made people wrong with their assumptions of me, making it so that they knew that I meant business with my first or second swing. And, working on those body mechanics and really developing, the power that I can generate from initially my hips. Because that's kind of where I started, because that's what's on my body, at least that's where my strong areas are.
Hey, hips don't lie.
Yeah.
Shakira said that best.
That's where all the power actually comes from.
That's all the
Yeah.
power.
Shakira knows what's up.
She does. She do. Oh, she
She
do.
do. Oh, she do.
That was probably one of the most frustrating things for me. And I mean, now I prove people wrong all the time. I get underestimated on the field and I eat people up for doing that. You should not underestimate anybody for, what they look like, what gender they are, who they are, because power doesn't come from what they look like. It comes from within. And then just being underestimated, shame on them. Honestly.
1000%.
It'll bite them in the ass for sure.
Hope they
See
got
what-
good gloves.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go out there and already be underestimated, and then just go out there with like no garb on, just like a raggedy ass t-shirt. Be like, oh, I've never played this game before. What is silly people out here? I don't know what to do. And you just body people, and you leave, and you go, remember that. I'll be back next week.
Back into the hustle.
The little hustle. I could see that being a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the number one thing that I've heard when like people talk about being male and female, like both in like foam fighting. It's like, oh, people don't take me seriously. It's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
you're gonna make them take you seriously.
Oh yeah. And I mean, another thing is like I don't know, I hate being mansplained to on certain things, and it's just like, I know what I'm doing, or I don't know, it's just like
Yeah.
you need help swinging that red? You know.
It's like you backspin and hit him in the ribs, and then you're just like, and the guy goes, "Oh, hey, well, actually, you should. Have you ever tried doing a backspin?" That's like, I just killed you. Like, you're dead. Like, why do I need you to tell me what the fuck that is?
You're literally
Call-
crippled over right now.
Yeah.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah. Yeah, or you do that and you hit them in the ribs, and they're like laying there on the ground. They just whisper, "Light."
Like, yeah, I've seen it too.
Oh my god, that would trigger me so much.
Yeah, don't kill them. You got to kill their ego.
Yeah.
No, people have like those egos for that kind of stuff, and I'm just at the end of the day, like, I mean, like, I guess in a way we all have an ego. I mean, like, realistically, like, nobody wants to lose in any situation, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, you're in charge of other people's happiness in foam fighting, like whether you like it or not. And I think when you have people coming out there, male, female, anything in between, like, you know, it's your responsibility to make sure that they're having a good time. And if they beat you, go hit the fucking respawn and come back in. Like, who
Yep.
gives a shit? Like, you know, at the end of the day, you got killed. There's a reason why you got beat, and you need to figure out what it is, and that's how you get better. That's my inspirational speech, number 2 for the night. I wrote that down as well. Yeah.
All right, so we'll segue into the next one. So, how do you and other women fighters want to be treated on the field? So, do you want to not so much be taking, that's what I'm looking for, underestimated, but like full power swings? Do you want them to pull back? Do you want them to just treat you normal?
Ultimately, I think everyone is different. So what my answer might be might not be what somebody else's is.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I like to be treated as the same, as an equal.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to hit me just as hard as you would hit Fox or hit Datsun. Well, okay, maybe not Datsun. But no, I mean, I can take it. And that's probably the thing, is I can take it and I'm going to dish it right back to you. So
Hell yeah.
for me, it's like, it's almost insulting. Sorry, our cats are getting into things. It's a little bit insulting to not be, treated as an equal in that sense. I mean, I want to be challenged sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not to be said for everybody. Everyone is different, and ultimately, if you're in that position of where you want to be treated a certain way and you're not being treated that way, I think that's a conversation you should have with, those that you fight with. Whether you want to be hit harder, whether you want, people to not take it easy on you, or if you want people to lighten up a bit because you want to enjoy what you're doing, you don't want to get hurt, those sort of things. So ultimately, as much as I want to say we should all be treated the same, we should all, hit each other. It's kind of not feasible to say that because every situation is different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I think like usually whenever I go up, and this is, for any gender of fighter, but like one of the things I try to do is like gauge it based on the effort that they're putting in. So I guess like what I mean by that is like, let's say it's a new person, and I walk up to them and I go to fight them. I don't treat somebody like, if I don't know where they're from or anything, I'm gonna, obviously fight at my normal like rate. But like if I'm fighting somebody that's kind of newer or maybe doesn't know what they're doing, I'm gonna kind of fight to their, I guess, like their power level in a way, so that, and kind of gauge it. If they're giving me like 100%, even if I'm like beating the crap out of them, if they're giving me 100%, I'm gonna give them 100%. If somebody's just kind of like, barely swinging, or like when you get like newer people too, sometimes where they're kind of hesitant to swing or hesitant to throw anything because they're learning, I kind of like dial it back to do that. But I think normally, like, most people would be like, hey, treat me as an equal like you would anybody else. And if you're getting hit too hard, then you just be like, yo, this is a little much. Could you chill out a little bit? But I think everybody deserves that same respect across the board.
I agree.
Plus, if they just like, underestimate you, then you just beat the shit out of them and you go, cool. You'll keep losing until you take me seriously.
Yep.
And we're gonna point and laugh at you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that's how I've won a couple, rounds in tournaments, but definitely has come in handy.
That's their fault.
Yep.
Because in a tournament, everybody's a fucking equal as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's a threat.
Everybody's getting the business. Everybody.
Everyone's a nail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We will fucking drink afterwards, but in the tournament, like that's everybody's a fucking equal.
What's the saying for Sentinel Trials? Like we're best friends, but right now we're enemies or something.
Mm.
It's very much you go into a tournament and you like start underestimating people or not taking people seriously. They're gonna do some. I say it once, they'll fucking do a ninja roll and stab you in the guts, and you'll go, "What just happened? I just some dumb shit."
Yeah.
You
treat
jump
that
30
person
feet in the air, stab him in the chest.
You treat every one of those fights like it's the best fighter in the planet. Like every one of them. Yeah, Kit said these attorneys are hands are ready to eat for everyone. 100%.
Yeah. So I'm going to hit you with a question that we didn't send you just because I thought of it. Yeah, don't hate me. Do you have any inspirational words for women out there who may be dealing with the issues that y'all deal with?
Can I say a funny one? Equal rights, equal fights.
I think deep down it comes from having confidence. If you're confident in yourself, I think it'll show on the field, it'll show in your fighting. And probably if you're confident with yourself, then other people will probably not underestimate you as much. It dumb cats. And then another thing that helped me was really dialing in on, how can I make me better to prove people wrong? And having the urge to prove people wrong really really hit hard for me because I don't know, maybe a little bit competitive in nature and maybe
a little bit. A lot of it.
I don't know. I lost my train of thought, I think.
Oh,
Fox.
Wow, Fox.
Yeah, shame.
Shame.
Damn it.
I'm talking shit to the chat. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, I think don't lose hope. Honestly, probably what helped me most was finding somebody who I could talk to and who could help me most. And Fox was that for me. Body mechanics, woo. But having somebody to help guide you on your journey to strengthen and get yourself more confident, will absolutely help. Having that support, someone to believe in you, somebody to support you and lift you up, and pretty much take you seriously when nobody else will, is probably the most helpful thing.
Perfect.
very well said.
Let's see what else we got. Go ahead, Arden.
I was gonna say I really want to showcase this cat that's laying on my lap right now. But it's too much effort to. Oh fuck it, whatever.
You mean you don't have a feet cam set up? Oh, okay.
A cat cam.
Cat cam.
You say a feet cam?
Feet cam.
Oh boy, do I.
There's this Twitch streamer who talked about like, oh, when's feet cam starting? And she's like, oh, if you put exclamation point feet cam, they'll show up for you. And then had the mods span everyone who wrote that in, but half the mods also typed in feet cam.
This is off subject, but not. Does anybody else that like foam fights just have the most mangled ass fucking feet? Like I don't know why, but like all of my toenails are fucking falling off.
No.
Like from fighting, I don't know.
Mustard?
Maybe I just got like the wrong shoes or something. But like my toes and like I get like blood blisters and shit on it. It looks awful. Like it's terrible. I could not.
Yeah.
Arden, I don't think you
on
need to talk about
OnlyFans for
this.
feet.
People pay for this information. You
True.
know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh.
If you're affiliated with House of Taru, your fingers and your toes don't exist. They're just wrapped cloth tape. All it is. That's all that's
They're
left.
just
Yeah, they're just held on by cloth tape.
Like I went to like cut my toenails the other night, and I was just like looking at my
Oh
feet,
my
and like
God.
one of my toenails was just like I just peeled it off. I was like, it didn't even hurt. And I was just like, cool. Like it didn't even hurt. It was just like it just didn't exist. It wasn't supposed
Just
to.
goodbye.
It
Yeah.
was so fucking weird.
All right. On that note, we are switching.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not gonna shame you. It's fine.
Feet, bro. Everybody likes a cloven hoof.
Oh.
All right.
They
So
don't
we-
look worse than Brie Larson's feet. So
Ugh.
there, I said it.
All right. So this is a video of bacon.
All right. So
So, Holly Bacon, you want to talk about what this trial's about?
It's a trial of desperation.
Yeah. You sure we're desperate.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't know. I think you killed it. 13 minutes.
Yeah.
to call this the textbook answer to the Sentinel trial. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Well, but so for those that don't know, the Sentinel trial is a trial of desperation, and ultimately, it's a 2v1, and the two have a rotating third out, and I need to fight, and until I win 3 times. And in between each round, I have 20 seconds. After I win, I have 30 seconds. And if I exceed that, I fail the trial. After a certain amount of rounds, they take a vote, and they're like, either keep going or don't, or fail, pretty much. So
what's
here I'm- Oh,
sorry,
go
go
on.
ahead. Oh
Nope.
well. So what's going into your head like when you're up against this fight right here? Like what's like in your mind? Like what are you thinking about? Like as you're doing this? Is there a certain like maybe like a tactic you're trying to run, or are you just kind of like fuck it, let's grind it out?
It kind of depends on who's in. But
Sure.
ultimately it's who is my aggressor and who is their support. And that's kind of the main thing that's going through my head here. I know here like Datsun is probably going to be the one to throw the first shot. So if I can tie up Datsun and kill him, I can definitely take on PJ.
Heard that, PJ?
Yep.
Get fucked.
Don't do that to me. He's great. He's Sword Lord.
Yeah.
But so that's probably what goes through my mind between each rotation of pairs. They kind of each take turns of who's the aggressor and who's not. And then so with my kit, I think I'm just using a straight 5-foot and then just my buckler, no armor, and I really just want to try to get my buckler to protect me the best I can.
Did you have to use 5 foot, or did you choose 5 foot?
I could use whatever I wanted, and I think I brought anywhere from a 55 up to a 6 foot. Whoops. And I wanted to do it with a 5. I knew my work with a 6 foot would be okay, but I've always done better with a 5 in this situation. It's something about being able to having better shots that I could throw, rather than, with the 6 foot. My 6 foot's like a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So having the extra padding, and then also just a shorter sword, allowing me to swing more, swing hard, swing fast.
Now, do wins count? If you kill, let's say you kill Luster, and then you and Datsun Simo, does that count as a win or a loss?
That's a loss.
Okay.
Yeah. ties go to the trialers, not the trialee.
Now, are you an analytical fighter, or are you like lesser in Ultra Instinct?
What was that second part?
Ultra
Or
Instinct.
are you like Luster in Ultra Instinct fight?
I wouldn't say ultra instincts, but I'm definitely a more instinctual fighter. I try to use momentum to the best of my ability. And that kind of comes from when I started with those Molinays. I try to play off of that and use that momentum to my advantage. I also try my best to, disrupt people's tempos, or I throw off tempo a lot. I don't really have a tempo. I don't have steam coming out of my ears when I'm fighting, unless I'm working on something. But a lot of it is, what I've drilled, what's tried and true, and that muscle memory of how to respond to certain things. Definitely, I try to make it so that people will have to respect my shots, and that probably comes from, the beginnings of being underestimated, people not taking my shots. Actually, I had this big issue that I knew I needed to fix before my Sentinel trial of I hit with like too much power. Like, I wasn't technical enough with my shots. And it was like a waste of energy, and it was clunky, and I knew that I had to correct myself, and that was kind of, I got that habit from overcompensating, from hitting extra hard so people would take my shots. But now I throw hard, not fast. Or I throw fast, not hard.
No, I think too, like, and this may be an issue for some people. Like, I'm kind of glad that you mentioned about like swinging too hard. Like, I think most people would be in agreement that that use red sword. Like, there's a difference between throwing your shot hard and trying to like cleave through somebody, as opposed to like hitting hard but also pulling back to go into another shot. Like, I think one of them is much slower than the other one, and there's definitely times like where you're just like, cool, I'm gonna blast the person because they're opened up. But there's also that area where, cool, I'm gonna throw hard enough to be able to like, generate sufficient force, but not where I'm just wasting so much of my energy letting it hit and then push into them. It's more like a hit and pull back, kind of like a pop.
Yeah.
I think if people are using red and they just go for that shot to where it just carries through, almost like you're trying to swing through the person, you'll have a lot of power. You just won't have a lot of like follow up or a lot of combo potential or a lot of like, I guess, like technical. But then on the reverse of that, if you're doing the other, you are going to be faster, but you may not generate as much power. So you kind of got to find that middle ground of what feels the best.
I agree.
I like that in a lot of these fights, you generally will go towards the person that is opposite of your shield. That way, the other person you're not engaging has to fight your shield, which I think is super duper smart. That's definitely the way I would try to fight it, because that means you only have to fight one person at best, even if it is a super difficult fight. But
Yeah,
it's definitely cool to see you doing that.
That was another big thing I had to get over. I love moving to the left. I love it. So moving to the right was so weird. As weird as that thing as it seems, it's just, I had to work on footwork a lot for this one. Trying to put myself in the best position. Obviously, everyone says, don't go down the middle, but it's kind of inevitable. But
there's also a lot of like nerves and shit too, like doing this kind of stuff,
yeah.
and like it's a big deal. So sometimes you may not make the best decision with moving your feet, but it's good you're moving and like you're not going straight in, and you're moving around a circle, and it's working. So it's good. Oh, so that was a win, right?
Yep. You got a really good stab on Lester, and then legged Murray, and was able to back up and reset it.
Yeah, especially with them having
I think they're both using mins, right?
Yeah, well, maybe a min and a 5, maybe big smalls. I don't remember, to be honest.
I think Rothgart's using a 5.
But with them having back shields, I mean, they're all susceptible to the stabs. But that stab Lester's talking about in the chat was really good.
A person in chat asked, what got you into foam fighting initially, and how long have you been fighting?
So I started fighting in the fall of 2015. And so at college, we had the foam fighting club or medieval combat club, whatever you want to call it. And I found them because I walked out of my dorm and I see these kids fighting on the lawn, and I'm like,
nerds.
What is this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
nerds. Nick was like, I'm gonna go take their lunch money.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, what the heck is this? This looks awesome. And I watched, and then Fox had come up to me, and he told me about what it is, and I'm like, cool, I gotta go make this phone call. I'll be right back. And the first thing I say when I get on the phone, I'm like, dude, there's these kids fighting outside my dorm. This is super cool, like with swords and shit. And they were like, so? And I'm like, it's cool. And so after that, I started going out to their practices, and I was kind of hooked. It was a good group of people. I started with. Fox was very welcoming. Trying to think of who else I started with that still fight, but
Dan and Dave and
they weren't with me when I first started.
oh, I guess. I don't know if Packy was there at the time.
He kind of came out here and there, but
Yeah.
no.
Oh, Will and Hannah.
A little bit, yeah. But it was probably my first friend group in college, so I just stuck with it and ran with it. But yeah, that's how I got into it, and I never looked back.
So right now you've got two wins in this trial so far?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I need one more.
Right before, or I don't know if it was here or right before the win, I had told Fox, get me my 65. And it was one of those things of like, I felt like I was kind of stuck, so I wanted maybe just six more inches,
Yeah.
And I didn't expect to, get it so fast, especially one right after the other.
Yeah, you kill Lester and it's just 1v1, and Farron's just like, am I? Because you can have a buddy come in. It's like, am I coming in?
Yeah. And this was my demise.
Cow.
Farron cleaned house for me.
Yeah.
And then I got very emotional, and I cried, and I kneeled in a whole bunch of those horse shit balls.
Oh.
No.
A true happy ending.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother.
Thanks.
This guy stinks. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty quick run for as intense of a fight. So that's
Was
good.
it 21 rounds?
Second fastest.
Yo.
Not to brag or anything.
Yeah, second fastest and first try.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who take 3 or 4 times to do it.
So we'll let them hear kind of the final end of the thing before I ask a question.
Rage had Crash, to answer your question, Rage had the fastest.
Yeah, Brian's average is
Ronan doesn't count. He's an outlier.
Yeah, he had a 150 plus, and then also 3.
So while this is kind of wrapping up, I noticed that you have a very, well, I would consider it an unconventional style buckler. Is there any reason for you to have that kind of design? I've seen completely circular ones. I've seen all sorts of different designs and layouts, but that one is very, very particular. Is there a reason why you chose that style buckler over other ones?
Absolutely. So I started out with this little, 20 by 15 kickboard buckler that Fox made me, and it was good, except it didn't cover my shoulder enough, and it definitely did not cover my ass. And I tried the standard like dozer buckler, and it just felt so cumbersome. It felt like there was just I want to say that there was extra foam, and it covered me, but there were certain areas that didn't need as much coverage or needed more coverage. I've been blessed, so I need a little bit extra foam there. So ultimately, I really like, and I saw Techno had the Wankel shield. I'll be honest, I got the idea of fighting, with the Wankel from Techno, and he actually wears it with the point down and the triangle flat part up when he fights Spear. And he said, if you were to fight Red, you should probably flip it upside down. It just covers your shoulder rather than, portions of your chest, and it allows you to have that mobility, and then, the extra triangle piece in the back kind of, it helps enough.
Yeah.
Especially if I manipulate it enough, I can block what I need to. Or if I, change my height, I like the elevation, I can block most of the stuff too. So
Yeah, it's just like the first thing when I like just look at the video, like my brain is like, oh, okay, let's see what's the difference here. And I noticed like that the shield is just it's a little different than what most people use. And there's almost anytime somebody has like a more unconventional shield, there's usually a reason why that they have it that way. And so I just kind of was curious as to what your thought process was in using it. And that makes total sense.
gotta go against the meta, right?
Yeah, I wanted to make. I think me and Fox may have talked about this a while back. Was it you that I was talking to about the D shields?
Yeah, you and I were talking
Yeah.
about D shields.
The D shield, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, basically cutting out the circle and just cutting out the left side of it so that you can still throw your shots easier. You still have the same protection as a normal 24 round.
Yep. I may end up trying that one of these days, but
Oh,
it's for funsies. I don't know. It's a cool theory, but
Yeah.
I like seeing like the meta will only shift if people try new things. So it's good to make those things happen. But that's very cool.
You gotta shift it away from those 8-foots and bucklers, I'll be honest.
It would be okay. I think
Crash.
I speak for everybody. Yeah.
yeah,
Crash.
Fuck out of here.
I don't
I think I
know.
speak-
Seeing Ragefire and Datsun use that sword too is kind of scary.
I don't. It's like anything over like it's the 8-foot like poles that I don't like. I mean, like the red sword, if it's like a full blade, it's not that bad. But fuck, like a glaive for whatever reason, I just fucking hate it. Like because most of the weight is like chopped off because it doesn't have a blade.
Yeah.
But you want to use a gut sword, like I don't really care. But yeah, I'm still gonna talk shit about
Always.
it. So what do we have here? This is Ragefire and Bacon.
I think this is just practicing.
Yeah, this is at Hollow Marsh's practice.
Yeah. This
I'm okay with
backing
capping
is-
Red at 6 feet. By the way,
Same.
Lester said that.
Same.
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh, look at that spin. And it hit the ground.
Yeah.
Fuck that dirt.
Still hit the ground.
Yeah, ground club light.
I get better. I've gotten better.
Yeah.
I actually watch this video a lot for your stabs.
This is probably the most favorite video I have of me fighting. I felt really good, and I was honestly trying a lot of new shots and a lot of, I don't spin often, and I spun a lot in this video, I feel like.
And I think you just made that butt keep and you wanted to wear it.
I
And
made
make it
that
flowy.
years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow,
Look what I
way to
know.
Pay
It's-
attention.
Yeah. Thanks, husband.
Some husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's Florida garb.
It is Florida garden.
Did you get a haircut? I haven't cut my hair in 3 years.
Did you dye your hair?
Did you dye your hair? My hair's always been this way. Oh, looks good. Look at those tips. That is what I like to see.
Well, it's also like lefty vs lefty is just so awkward.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Well, no, it's
That
just righty
cast
versus righty.
spin- That cast spin, I saw this video and I did it at the muster. I sat there, I was like,
Technically-
that cast spin is so clean looking. So
It-
I practiced it.
It felt so awkward. I'll be honest. I guess you're a righty, so, but it felt so awkward because I spun the wrong way. But you're the second person to tell me I went home and I practiced that shot. I threw that shot. It's like in my head because it's backwards. I'm like, that was a disgusting shot.
Who was the other person?
You want me to name names?
Okay, don't.
Bulwark.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I guess he's a righty too.
He's ambidextrous. Yeah, but it I hate to say it this way. It's funny watching lefties fight each other because like they're trying to use lefty tech against lefties, and it.
About it, I mean, it should just be like how righties fight righties, but it's so not.
Because we're used to fighting righty righty. It's just awkward for you guys.
Yeah. It's when I square up against a good lefty, it's like, what do I even throw? I can't. There's only certain stabs I can throw too.
Yeah.
I appreciate a good red user that is good with stabs, because I feel like that is honestly a big weakness in a lot of red fighters, is that they don't stab enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like nowadays people are kind of starting to get into that, like, oh, I should be stabbing with this more and understanding when to do it.
Yeah, stabs are so good.
I'd say a lot of my like red v red kills are stabs, because just it's pretty safe shot to throw too.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks Discord for crashing on me every time. Like honestly, I started stabbing a lot because I just didn't want to get hit by you.
Yeah. To do this thing to me where he would kind of just back up and run away. And it's the most annoying thing anyone can do to me, because it's like, I don't want to come to you. I want you to come to me and fail and fall on your face.
So when you like outrange them by like 6 inches, you're like, cool, every time you take a step forward, I'm taking a step back. You can stay right out of my reach.
One thing I wish people would do more is fight at different lengths and fight at different ranges. Because a lot of the times I see like we all spar and we all match lengths. But I think it'd be good to see more, like whether it's 55 versus 5 or 5.5 or even min and 5.
I think a min in like 5 or 5.5 is a really good, like, if you want to get good, fighting somebody that's really good with a red just in general using the longer range, and then the person who's wanting to learn using the shorter range, it's probably a very good training tool, because it doesn't really matter so much at the lower end of like red fighting, but at the top tier, like 6-inch difference on your blade 100% matters. Like that person will be able to like surgically fucking stab you and know that they're just in range enough to where you can't hit them and they can hit you, and like that kind of stuff makes all the difference at the high end. So definitely I think some people should definitely try that. I'm down for it. I want to use them in.
I used them in at the day battle last, and I was having a great time.
Maybe if they would get rid of carbon poles, maybe we could make min red super viable again. Nothing's worse than an 8-foot pole.
Get more arches and have them only shoot at the 8 foot.
Yeah, Kit.
Yeah.
No. Kit needs to fight more red. No arches.
No arches.
Only red.
9 on Tinder. Ooh, yeah,
that is a goal of mine. I want to make that spin work. I tried so hard.
Yeah, Damon, kick it back a bit.
It says she got a boo boo foot. I don't know what that means, but I like saying it.
She hurt her foot.
Yeah.
Boo boo
Yeah.
foot. Old boo boo foot.
So she
Oh,
decided to
Ryan.
shoot me 100 times.
Let's see it one more time.
There it is.
Bro, you get deleted with that shit. That's sit your shit down and go take a break kind of stuff.
That'd be
100%.
so pretty though.
You get clipped
Yeah.
doing that on TikTok, you're done. That's it.
Mhm.
That's it.
I won't need to come out and fight anymore after that, huh?
That's it. Just retire.
That's when you retire. Yep.
Fucking retired.
No, I'll get it against some schmuck, right?
That's how you make a successful TikTok.
Yeah.
That's how Rothgar did it.
Yeah.
Poor Flint.
Yeah.
I like that shot though. That like spin into it. Because I don't think that you're throwing it like instinctually. You threw it like there's a second where you analyze that like that's probably the best transition from that shot. And I like seeing that when people aren't just throwing spins to throw them. Like there was a specific reason, like in that with the position that you were in, it was okay, this is the best move that I could throw from this angle to be protected and also throw a shot. So and Rage also did the best thing of just like being like, I'm gonna back up so I don't get clipped.
Yeah. I think it comes from like as lefty fighters, we really want to get into that position of like the watershed, that really deep watershed, so we can just unfold it in all our, glory onto somebody. And so I think that's half of like where it came from. And it's just like, well, I can just unfold into a spin.
Yeah, why not? Hope they got good gloves.
Yeah.
I try to fight lefties on the inside lane.
Oh, you tried it again.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's how you get it. You just keep trying it until it starts to click.
Or then especially be like, yeah, I'm gonna try all this new stuff against Blade Master Ragefire.
Hey, if you can land it on him, then
You
you
Land on
land it
anyone.
everybody. 100%.
I remember practicing this in our living room.
Yeah.
We have vaulted ceilings, so we can kind of do some R&D indoors. And I definitely like went through the steps in my head, and it's like, this is weird on readies for sure.
How many lamps
lefties.
and or decor have you guys broken is the real question.
None.
What?
Impossible.
Okay,
Lies.
that one light bulb?
No.
I broke 3 things playing VR. There's no way you guys are having full-blown red fights in your house and not breaking anything.
I'm just glad we haven't hit our cats yet.
Well, that's another thing I did in VR, so.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a true story, too. I punched the shit out of a chair, and the cat was on it.
Oh.
Did not feel good. Put my stuff
Heartless.
down and said,
Heartless.
"Ugh." Wants those stabs so bad. I like it. I like it. Ragefire's like, what have I done? Created.
What have I
I
created?
created a monster.
I picked up bacon, all she does is stab me.
Can we meme that?
That's a meme right there.
Oh, what did I do?
Perfect.
Now, this is the flaming hot duo picture.
Don't always eat
thing.
Cheetos, but when I do,
I
not Geo.
should have had a V8.
Should have had it. That's a great picture. So when you spar with like Ragefire, like what's some of the bigger takeaways that you get from fighting him? Is it like, your stabs are getting better, or is it just like general lefty versus lefty, like getting better at that? Is there anything that just specifically from fighting him that you tend to, I guess retain and add to your repertoire?
I want to say that it helps my lefty versus lefty, but what I can do against Rage, I cannot do against Datsun. And then also like some other lefties, it's kind of like I want to politely say it's a skill difference on what I can do against Rage works, and versus like what I can do against other lefties, and it doesn't work because it's like throwing feints and fakes, and it's certain person has to pick them up.
Yeah.
And it's almost, I don't want to say like a waste of time, but it's like they just don't understand. But what I also see when I fight Rage is that I kind of watch what he does to fight against a lefty. What openings is he throwing for? What shots is he throwing, and why? And honestly, I watch his and Datsun's fights a lot. They're probably some of the most intense fights.
I could see that.
And it's just that weird chessboard of they've already taken 5 turns before they've even swung their sword.
Yeah.
So I learn a lot from that, and I get to see like where does it go from there.
I think too, like when you have like a sparring partner that's kind of like like your person, like the person that you spar with a lot, or somebody that you see on a weekly basis. I think a lot of people forget that some of the stuff that's going to work on the vast majority of people isn't going to work on them because they know you. Like, you know what I mean? Like that spin shot that you're doing on him, and you're like, oh, I just want to land it. It's going to land on way more people before it lands on Ragefire, because Ragefire is used to fighting you, so he knows like kind of your mechanics and stuff.
Yeah.
You can actually even see it in his face when you do the spin and you hold your blade. Yep. You can see it in his face.
Yeah, he's like, no.
But like I hardly ever spar with Fox anymore. I'll be honest. Like
that's a damn shame.
In the past, I know.
If I was married to Fox, I'd be sparring with him right now.
She needs a harder challenge.
Skill difference.
Just kidding. Skill difference.
Skill diff.
Oh, I see. You only fight Blade Masters, is that what it is?
But I mean, it just got to the point where it's like we would see each other in a tournament, and it's like, well, we know what we're gonna do, so what are we gonna do this time?
Yeah, we gotta fight Scoofy. Yeah. I think one time I just put my sword over my head like high noon just to see what she would do.
I mean, it's like I can fight Fox and he's a righty, but I can't go and fight Rook just because he's a righty. It's, well, I guess Rook might be an outlier because he's such a unique fighter, but still, just because what I throw on Fox works doesn't mean it'll work on anybody else. And we've trained each other on how we fight. And because of that, that's probably why we've stopped sparring so much.
Gotta have that trick in the book.
Yeah, we
tournaments.
I hear if you stab him in the throat, it works.
Oh yeah, it does.
Well, if you stab him in the throat, you just have to swing 2 more times because the first one doesn't count, but the second one.
No, you stabbed me in the throat, and I think you just kicked me right in the chest afterwards. Yeah, there was, what was it, Winter War or Orc War tournament that we fought each other in, I think, the quarterfinals. And she just tapped swords, like, do a little shuffle, right in the throat.
Hell yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, thanks.
As it should be. You gotta let them know. You gotta establish dominance, and you gotta let them know who's boss and how that fight's gonna go.
Going back to that underestimation, make it so they
I didn't underestimate you. I knew exactly how good you were. You just stabbed me in the throat. And Gork was ready to call, what was it? Domestic services.
Just immediately like, why'd you stab me in the throat? We're underestimating me. No,
yeah.
The disrespect.
Or like what chat said earlier, you just floor a dude, and they're like trying to communicate with you, like, Dead don't talk, bro.
It's like you remember 3 weeks ago when when I was trying to open that jar and I couldn't do it, and you were like, you underestimated me. That's what I'm talking about.
Gosh.
You gotta let him his boss,
Yeah.
and you do that by stabbing him in the throat.
Yep.
That's right.
Because then you can pump fake to the throat, and they'll go, "Oh God!" And then you
Oh,
stab
God,
them in the
yeah.
stomach.
Now I'm ruined forever.
Generating threat. I've been preaching about
Yep.
it. Nothing ruins a fight like some neck threat.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
I think the last video is just the spar videos from the day battle.
Yeah.
But we're getting close to time. If anyone has any questions for Bacon or any of us in chat, you're welcome to put that in there.
Do it.
And do
Drop
the
'em.
YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, tell your friends, Red or Dead. Count to 2 real good.
We don't count to 2. They count to 2.
Fair.
We don't need to count to 2.
We just scream red. Okay, say double green. That's important.
It's true.
No, just
I
let 'em
can't remember the
assume
last
it's
time I've
double
broken
green.
a shield. Sad,
Been a-
really.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I'll do it, but I don't want to.
Just let him take him as red chest.
That
I'll do
wasn't
it.
my goal.
I'll do it if I have someone blocking for me.
I was fighting with some Thaliandor people. Was it like last weekend? Crash. It was with Crash, and like we legged somebody, or he legged somebody, and they were like hitting. And I was like, no, just do this, and you like pop the corner of the shield and hit him in the shoulder. And we were like, oh, that's cool.
Easy.
I was like, you don't have to break it. You just
Yeah.
pop it. Just give it a little pop.
Damon, you want to run that it's the Red Pit video?
Yeah.
So yeah, this was last weekend. We had our monthly day battle up in Lakeland this time instead of Orlando. Some real good fights.
Look at Crash getting pieced up in the background.
Yeah. Cool.
See
I
that
love that.
crutch? See that crutch
Bruh.
come out? Gotta bazooka them.
The defense.
Dude, in real life, that would like if Rage would just finish that, it would just chop Savon's head completely fucking off. Like
Yeah.
legs gone, head gone.
Night, sweet prince.
Like right there. Like he hit his body and it just looked like it was gonna hit his head, but like in real life, that would have just cut his whole upper body in half. So are these pits, what, 2 out of 3? Is that the?
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, welcome back.
Oh no.
That had to happen at some point.
My Discord's like, let's refresh.
yeah.
No, please don't. Alright. We are back to normal. Nice. See, we're getting this. We're learning.
We're fine. We're fine. So we got Rage and Vic. Vic's another Burning Jewel apprentice. Vic is definitely in the one shot, one kill. Breaking Rage's hand.
Swings with a lot
Break
of
their
power.
hand, they can't swing.
What?
If you break their hand, they can't swing.
Yeah. Oh, we got Barnaby. I really like his tunic. I think H.
I didn't even know that was him.
Yeah, lost a lot of weight. Cut his hair a little different. Crash, you're right. Yeah, one shot, one kill. You might actually kill him.
I just love the way like Ragefire just swings. Like it's just like that like anime banish you to another realm kind of shit.
Mhm.
It's so good.
We got Chris Crampsey. I don't know his fighting name.
It's
He was here. Maybe he can post it. Good.
cryptid.
Got the tip.
Cryptid?
Got the tip.
I think so.
Okay.
Ooh, that
Maybe-
tip floating
or
up. That means he
cryptic?
wants to down chop. He's gonna down chop. There it is.
Oh, it's either cryptic or cryptid. I don't remember.
I think it's in.
Look at that boy. Got that Blade Master cape on.
Mhm.
Oh, it's me. Oh, this is when we fight off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't fight injured. One day is not worth. One day is not worth months. Trust me. And we say it because we care.
You're telling me. I've been trying to fight for like 2 years with a fucking busted up shoulder. My ass won't learn.
Yeah, you don't want to be an Eridan.
No,
right.
don't. Absolutely do not. Every 2 months, I'm like, oh yeah, I've rested it long enough. It's fine. Rip. It's getting better though. Be careful.
And we got me versus Wayward. Oh, we lost Damon again.
No, what?
Oh,
the
maybe
button.
no, just me.
He's
I lost
dumb.
Damon. I'm dumb.
Oh.
I got against Ash.
Ash, you're doing too much thinking if you're in this
Yeah.
shit. See it in your eyes.
I know that all the Blade Master capes are all the same size, but because my legs are so short, it like glides on the ground a lot. I've realized that maybe I shouldn't wear it on my hip.
Maybe you should get longer legs.
I can't do that. Show me how and I'll do it.
You never heard of leg replacement surgery?
Oh.
Are you not aware of
replacement
Jax
that
from
can
Mortal
add
Kombat? He
some
got both his arms replaced.
Packy and I can go get taller.
Yeah, just go get taller. God.
Yeah. Gosh.
Ooh, that was a good stab.
I thought I hit his leg, but he was like, no, I hit my hip. I was like, okay, whatever.
Take.
He's working on it.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Ready to
Good
give him the
one arm.
stank. I think this is when Vic and I Simo like 300 times.
I don't want to say this out loud, but whatever cycle he's on, I want it. And
This is one of the smallest times I've seen Justin.
Yeah, he got small.
He got small.
Small cake
oh,
now.
fucking shit. Tell him to DM me.
Still double cheeked
I
up
mean,
on a
I'm
Saturday
all natural.
afternoon,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, double cheeked up.
Shut up, Crash. You don't know nothing.
I think Vic's also won a longer sword than me too.
I think he has like a whole foot on me. I think
He's
that's
quick.
like
He's
665.
got some power in it too.
Yeah, he's been really on and off fighting too. So
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like he was fighting for a while and then he stopped.
mm-hmm.
Needs to
He
put
got in a
his
really
foot down.
bad car. He got in a really bad car accident. Messed
I'll
up
do
his
it.
back.
Yeah, you can have all the muscles in the world and your fucking bones don't work that way.
Rothgar, we stuck his debit card to his back and he couldn't reach it.
That's hilarious.
Oh, god damn. No, Vic was one of my groomsmen. He and I went to high school together. We know each other really well.
I think he used to fight a little bit more. I want to say.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
it's good to see him back out.
yeah. Pre-COVID, he fought a lot.
Yeah.
We got Mako. Mako's been fighting for less than a year. Oh, he was just getting some training with Datsun on how to beat a lefty. I was like, okay, I'll fight lefty.
What a swell guy.
He was just in a stuck position. I was like, oh, okay, now I gotta fight the raid boss. No, I don't get time to switch my gloves.
How many watersheds are you gonna do this time?
A lot.
First thing's gonna happen at Watershed. Here it comes. Nope.
Oh,
Ah.
he stabbed me before I can stab him. Yeet.
Yeet.
Not that, son.
thank you.
I'm dead. He finally kicked me out of the ring.
King has been dethroned.
But yeah, while we're chilling, if people have questions,
Yeah.
we might have answers.
Possibly. Manny just popped in here literally to say something about spears. I just want to point that out.
Yep.
Literally saw spear. And was like, hey, spear. We get it, Manny. You're good at spear. We know.
He was rocking the Xeno'jiva tunic that Bacon did make for him, though.
Nice.
It's one of her better ones for sure.
It was the most work I've ever put in on a tunic. I'll tell you that.
More than Xander's?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. That one broke your machine.
More than that nice Blade Master tunic?
It's not done yet.
Still a lot simpler than.
That's true, yeah. Simple is more. Yeah, newsflash. I'm not a Wargar. Even though it looks Wargar colors.
No,
reported. There ain't no horse on this tunic. No, I got the
No need
Blade
to
Master.
worry, Gorg.
Yeah, I got the Blade Master points on the sleeves. So yeah, Bacon, what is your favorite fight? What person or matchup?
Man. I honestly probably it's probably tied between two people, and it's either Fox, just because we play tic-tac-toe. Yeah, we gotta pull out new tricks. And the fight is either we know how it's gonna go or it's not gonna go the way that we think it's gonna go at all. And that's really just with straight fives. And then anytime I spar Rage, I feel like I usually have a smile on my face just because I have to think a lot because it's lefty versus lefty. And that might be a boring answer, but
it's a good answer. Well, he's my boy.
Ooh, we got gut stabbed.
Rage also pulls out things like that, so it's like pull out of me. What can I learn from?
That, I died from the stab. I really gotta work on my stab defense. So anyone want to kill me, just stab me.
Yeah, Rage is also using a 5.
Yeah. The elevation change he did on me, I definitely didn't expect.
Man's got some ups and downs.
Got a couple of questions here. Crash says to Damon and Arden, why you both skip out on Thalladine on Sunday? We had a date, so
Yeah, we had burritos together. One day I'll make it out there. One day.
this says, what technique or R&D are you working on right now, Bacon? Any drills or combos?
Now I'm a little bit limited with what I can do. For those that don't know, the week after our wedding, I tore my ACL, so I had surgery, and so I'm just recovering right now. So right now I'm not super working on anything fighting wise. I am, reviewing videos and stuff like that. But probably before that happened, I was really trying to work on my spins. And I was really, yeah, I know, of course. I was really trying to flush it out. So, because of my injury on my other knee, that happened years ago, I was never comfortable throwing spins, and I was never good at it. And I finally felt like I was in a place where, I could do anything I wanted to. And so I felt I was starting to get more comfortable doing spins, and I was trying to work on my timing and also work on my footwork. And that would be as zoom in on the spear fights.
Lame.
Enabler.
And new ways to incorporate it into my fighting style. So whether that be at practice or even just with Fox in the living room. Yes.
The fact that you guys fight Red in your living room just baffles me.
That's awesome, man. That's
Min
cool.
Red.
Yeah,
That's
Min
cool.
Red.
Min Red.
No
Okay,
footwork.
that's a little bit better, but
Yeah.
Nah, 6 foots.
No.
Put this one away.
only poles. So. Nothing under 7 foot in the living room, honey.
It's like our friends will come over and Ryan will be like, "Here, pick up this red. Swing this around. Feel this new sword I made." And it's just like, please watch the ceiling fans. Please watch the
lamps.
lights. Yeah, and it's just it's like when we do it, it's like, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, we're okay.
So I guess it's something of like, if we break it, it's us and we accept it. But if someone else does, it's like I don't want to have to be mad at them. But yeah, that's pretty much that's what I was working on. And when I get back into the swing of things, probably be more footwork.
That's always the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm dreading it because that's what I planned on doing tomorrow with the Pels. A bunch of footwork.
Yep. And me too,
I mean,
actually.
you can always work on footwork. I'm working on footwork every day right now.
Yeah.
Footwork with the doctor. That's what you mean. Got Sir Gorg here.
See, Gorg wasn't lying that he was in there.
Yeah. He said he was in there a couple times.
I actually think Gorg's like hand speed and everything right now looks super good.
Yeah.
Like
He was
just
doing
looking
good
at
on
it,
the field too.
like it's
like,
quick.
Immense improvement from like the last time I saw him out.
Yeah, like I mean, like I just like from the technique, like it looks solid.
A Jedi.
Fucking love Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh
Does not
shit, that's
fight
it.
Red.
Goodbye. He just used the high guard.
Oh. It was so nice to see so many people from Kodos at the day battle. It's been hard getting everyone out. It was good to get a bunch of us out there.
Everyone should have been there. I was there.
Agreed.
TJ's asking Bacon, who was your biggest inspiration? Aside from Fox.
Oh gosh, no. He doesn't inspire me. He supports me.
Gross.
Gosh. I think it's changed quite a bit throughout the years. When I first started, and like probably once I started going to like events, there was the first summer slaughter I went to, and I'll be honest. When Raph was fighting, Raph was a menace on the field. And I definitely was like, I kind of want to be that. You know, I want to be a badass too. And then it's only kind of progressed from there, and I had Lester close-ish to where I fought all the time, and I'll be honest, Lester was intense. Swings fast, not hard, right?
Lester? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Quick on
he's
his
a little
feet?
short. He's a little short to look up to. But...
Oh.
Oh man, that literally went over my head for 2 seconds and then it just fucking hit.
be a little short for you too.
Oh man!
Oh,
For an intense
man.
short joke. Sheesh! Come back when you learned.
Whew.
Woo, boy.
Damn. The
And then
disrespect.
from there, I have a lot of respect for Sir Rabbit. That probably happened, at the last rag or so. I think that's when she became knighted. That was really impressive to watch. She's a powerful female, and she's come back from a lot. She had some injuries too, and it's really cool to see her do that. And then, yeah, that's. And then all my boys and Ebb and Light, you guys lift me up. You guys are inspirations too, but those are probably big ones for me. I'll be honest.
Very well said.
Maybe another notable one to mention is Fane. Fane he's had my number for a long time.
Which
And
Fane?
those people.
There's 2.
Good Fane.
That's the answer. Good Fane. Not crossguard Fane.
Crossguard Fame doesn't make crossguards anymore.
What?
I contacted him and I was like, I want a cool sword, and he's like, I don't make them anymore. I was like, worthless.
You had one thing that you were known for. You ruined it.
You ruined it. Yeah, he makes injection mold swords now, and I was like, that's not what I want.
I was wanting something I could hang from a tree and hang on it, like the
Yeah.
pictures that he showed.
His garb was good, like solid.
Don't
Very.
encourage him.
Oh, PJ, don't take offense.
God,
We
here
love
we go.
we love
It's not
the
a
swords
Red or
that you
Dead
make.
podcast without a fucking crossguard argument. God damn it. All right, that's time.
We got our angry lefties, our crossguards, our short jokes.
Let me tell you what
Yeah.
grinds my fucking gears.
Question
Goddamn
about the
crossguard.
max red length, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hits hard, not fast.
Yep.
Hits fast, not hard.
Ooh, I want to watch Damon fight before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
'Cause...
Get stabbed.
Nope.
Now you guys traded arms. Yeah, I don't know if Damon's ever fought Vic before.
Not 1-on-1.
He's pretty good with a pole.
Damon's probably like me when it came to like fighting Reds, because being
Oh.
Albion boys, we fight mostly like sword and boards. So like when
Yeah.
we get up against Reds, at least before I moved to Florida, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is different. And everywhere in Florida is like everybody's a Red, so you're like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so
Do you
much
like
more
that, Chris?
comfortable.
Yeah.
Sword and board.
Yep.
Oh, Lester Min red axe with a crossguard. Gross. Actually, I will say that I think Omnis with Subas could be good.
What's a Suba?
It's like a circular
Rue?
crossguard.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like that, that's fine.
I don't know what happened in chat, but I just see thick boys make some noise.
Thick Vic boys. How about that?
Thick boys. He thick, that's for sure. Got me wanting to cycle. I said never again. I was wrong. Well, it is 10:05, ladies and gents.
We're getting there.
Is there any other questions? We wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't think you can be a thick boy. Sorry.
Thick boy summer. Let's go.
Yeah.
Get that confidence, get that swole, and then see if you could be a thick boy.
Yeah. I always say get cut, get butt. That's what
Ooh.
Get butt. Yep. That's what I say, definitely. Didn't get it from a t-shirt.
No, not at all.
Never.
No.
Big boys.
Yeah. Thick boys.
I'll get a belt flag that says thick boys.
PJ said only swole you have is your ankle, Meg. Fucking got him. Oh, that's good. It's not swollen, it's broken. All right, well.
Yep, so make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff.
And share it if you get the chance. Share the links and stuff. It gets more people in here and makes the community grow, and they can have a good time like everybody that comes in here and chills.
And we lost Fox. It's 10 o'clock.
I'm back.
We're here.
He actually turns into a pumpkin at 10:07.
A pumpkin. A little pumpkin.
But for those going to Armageddon, we are planning on doing that potluck. So
Yeah.
Red or Dead
Bring your
hosts the
reds.
potluck. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your reds, bring your deads, and
Have
food.
fun.
Yeah.
Someone bring some Dr. Pepper for Rothgar and Bacon.
And me. That barbecue water, though.
Yeah, no eights. It'll be absolutely no eights.
Nothing above tournament length.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
No,
Men's
only.
I'll do that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll do if that meant not having eights. I'll do that. As a matter of fact, I would ban if I could ban eights, I would also make it only men reds. So
Look, we're just gonna ban eights. That belongs on the field. We'll talk about the rest.
Yeah, for sure.
As soon as Armageddon lets us know their schedule, we can tell everyone the day and time and all that stuff. So.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
But,
okay, if someone brings an 8-foot, we all bring a bow and just shoot that one person.
yeah, we all
I'm
get in
bringing
a circle around them.
No, I'm bringing a pistol and I'm shooting him in the chest. Like you knew the rules.
If I make it Wergorg.
Yeah, where do you want Holly's bacon crack?
For bacon crack.
Oh,
I have
Aaron,
no idea.
you've never had it before. You want to explain what it is?
So bacon crack is the signature dish I bring to everything. And it's like a pastry dough with like maple syrup on it, like true maple syrup, and then cooked bacon, and then more maple syrup, and then this brown sugar cayenne pepper mixture, so you get that like sweet and spice heat. And I bake it so it becomes this really like candied bacon pastry. And it's very, very good.
I need to try this. I'm coming to visit.
You gotta show up first.
He's out. He's
gone.
It's fine.
Kidding.
Everything's fine. It's fine.
We love you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You're right. Hey, look,
If
shoulder's
we-
getting better, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Good. You can still come and hang out,
True. That I do need to do that. I do need to get out more. Just say when. I'll come hang out. We'll spar. We'll fight.
Oh, I'll spar. It'll be great.
Who needs a fucking ACL?
Yeah.
All right,
Be down a leg, I'll be down a hand.
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Getting close to that
Yeah, if not,
2-hour
we'll keep
mark.
talking.
Started a little bit late because of Arden.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's all good.
Remember, everyone, do those Facebook things. Not Facebook things. Those YouTube things. YouTube things.
And thank you, Bacon, for gracing
Yes.
us with your presence today.
Thank
It's been a
you.
pleasure.
Everyone, comment on the actual video with the way that you like bacon prepared the most.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Ooh.
do it.
Do
Do
it
it right
do
now.
that.
Putting it in the oven now.
crispy.
Crispy.
anyways.
Ooh.
Bye, guys.
We could talk about bacon.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Talk to y'all later.
Good night, all.
Later.